Hi there and welcome to my next process video. Melinda with you, and I'm just showing you the piece that I was totally inspired by. I saw this and just went, oh, I want to create something like that. So I started with some watercolor paper that I chopped down to 11.5 by 11.5, and as you can see it's really super sped up because it took me over an hour worth of video footage and I didn't want to bore you all with it. So I have sped it up 4 times and I'm going to show you like 3 colors, how I went about my process. I just then, you saw me spray some water. I'd actually got some color where I didn't want it, so I just sprayed some water on top, used a dry paper towel and mopped it up and the color's gone. So I wanted a rainbow effect, but if you don't know me, you don't know that I'm not a fan of purple. I love pink, I love blue, and I do not love them mixed together. So I've created this rainbow and I started with blue on one side and ended with pink on the other side so that I didn't get purple. My husband had a laugh at me and said it's not a rainbow, it doesn't have purple. I've just gone about the process exactly the same way. This is my first layer of colour. You can see I'm sopping up some of that extra water, and in the middle there where it's yellow, green and orange, it's in places it started to look a bit muddy, so I've picked up some of the colour. And right there you can see I'm picking it up. It just went a bit muddy. So I added some more yellow and then it went a bit muddy again, so I picked it up again. And you just get to watch me muck around for a little while, adding colour and taking it away. And it cuts to me drying and then to me adding the second layer of colour. So the second time around, obviously I've started with a clean pot of water, but I went from yellow through to my orange, through to my red, through to my pink, and then I cleaned the water again and went in with my blues and greens and teals. I just didn't want to get that yucky, muddy colour happening again, so I figured it was a good way to prevent that from happening. Again, I'm just adding lots of water, lots of colour. The watercolour paper obviously is designed to absorb the water, and I'm so impressed with how well it worked out. You can see there I'm trying to add red, but I don't have a fantastic red, so I'm mixing the two sort of darker pinky tones together, which is giving me a red effect. When I started this, I had no idea what I was going to do with it. I did know that I wanted to use it for my graphic at the beginning of my videos, but I didn't know what I was going to do with it from there. So you will see at the end that I add some more red with the title, which really does make it look red, but here it's not red. I was really after a fire engine red, but I made do with what I had and I tried 3 different watercolor sets. As you can see, I'm just going back in with the pinks now. Again, it's going to cut out and then go to, I think, me applying the last of the blue colors. But yeah, I did speed it up 4 times because I watched it back myself and was like, oh my goodness, this is so boring. Yeah, it's going to jump to me doing the blue in just a second. So I've just, lots of water, some paint, and yeah, I was just playing, but I love how it turned out. I did let the pinks and the yellows dry before I went back in and did the green as well, and the blue. So that's 2 coats of paint, and onto my third. Was a bit, I don't know what the right word is. I was a bit gentle with the colour for my third coat of paint. And you can see as it progresses that I sort of get a bit braver. There you go. You can see with the orange that I've sort of got a bit braver and just dumped a lot of paint on there. I ended up going back and redoing the teal, the green and the blue. I've taped down that side because that side was warping a little bit. But I love how this turned out. I've come in with one of my brand new stencils that I got from Flutterby Designs, and one of my favourite texture pastes, the Glass Bead Glitter Gel. And that's the finished product. I shared this photo on Instagram, and now I'm going to go into my process. I'm scrapping this photo of me and my family taken in March, and I knew that I wanted to mount it on some sort of black, but I wasn't sure which, so I tried plain black and a couple of Stampin' Up! Black and white papers. I end up going for this one here that I'm trying now. I really like the way that it makes the colours pop and the black's not so harsh. Got to try them all a couple of times to be sure. Just using my Creative Memories little guillotine. I love this little thing. It's perfect for trimming down photos. You will see little hands appear as well. My littlest guy decided that he wanted to see what was happening, so I told him to pull up a stool and he touched everything for a little while. I came up with an idea of what I was going to use to make this layout, and I pulled out all this stuff, and then I completely changed my mind. I've left that in as well, and you can see me mucking around, and then I take it all away, and then it cuts back, and I've completely changed it. Just some double-sided tape to stick to the background. While I was doing this, my son was asking me, "What is that, Mummy? What are you doing with that, Mummy?" Perhaps I should have cut this out. It's a bit boring. Oh well. Yeah, I can't decide where I want that photo to go. It does end up on the right hand side. I didn't want to add too much and take away from that background. I had so much fun creating it, and I really, really, really love how it turned out. I cut out most of my mucking around with the vellum. It was giving me such a hard time. I was trying to tear off these little tiny strips so that I didn't waste too much, and it took me like 5 minutes. So I cut all that out because that was also super boring. You can't really see it very well in the photos or in the video that I've got the 2 layers of the vellum, but it looks really good. Oh, he loved the texture of those hearts. "What's this for, Mum? Why you do this? What is this made from, Mum?" It was very cute. And here we go. I did pull out, like I said, a bunch of different embellishments. I was thinking of embellishing in the rainbow. Got all these felt bits and pieces and other bits and pieces that I've got in my stash that I've had for ages that I really want to use. And I like the way that it looks, but it just wasn't giving me the wow that I was looking for. Some more products from Flutterby Designs. I love these little tab thingies. They're fantastic. So cute. And I really wanted to go with the black and white to not take away from the colour, especially if I was using those coloured embellishments. Those little tabs are the only things that end up actually staying when I stop with this idea and go with my other. Put it on, take it off, move it around, change it up, put it on, take it off, add this, take that. This part I think I've sped up 4 times as well. Those hearts are adorable. They're from, where are they from? They're from Chloe at Rainbow Splendor, another Australian handmade embellishment company. And sadly, none of them end up on the page. I originally thought that the wood veneer was a nice neutral contrast and helped that rainbow stand out, but no. Okay, so this is the design I end up going with. I end up with my photo on the right, and I've got this acrylic piece. It says "Love You to Bits," and I believe it was designed by Wilna for another Australian company. It was a kit club, but they're not around anymore. And I've grabbed out that black and red Charms Creations heart. It does help to bring out the red that I was really desperate for a red, and that just helps to bring it out a bit because I put it straight over where the red is. And now that I'm looking at it, I realise that I haven't actually put any journaling on here. It's okay. I'll do that before I put it in my album. That really didn't want to stick. I ended up adding more glue. I did remember to check the date. I stamped that on. Then I just do some doodle lines around the edge. I go over each side twice, but I miss where all the paint is. I sort of made it look like it went under the paint, like I'd done it first. And I really like how that worked out. I tried to fluff up the edges, but it just wasn't happening. Some black splatters, just to tie the black all in together. So this is technically my third video that I've put together, but it will be the second one loaded. The third one is scheduled for next week with my next Scrapping Clearly design team post. So the titles are going to be a bit off and confusing, but that's okay. Using a wet wipe to get the black splatters off the acrylic piece, making sure that it looks good, and some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate all of your support. Yeah, enjoy, and thank you so much for stopping by, taking the time to like and to leave comments, and happy scrapping. Thanks.